Good morning. £1.5 billion per year and £1.8 billion per year. These are two figures that I'm going to cover off in my video today, and you'll be alarmed and amazed by what we're going to talk about. So I'm just on my way to a really heavily used A road on the Suffolk-Essex border, where it's now becoming unpassable due to the ongoing damage, potholes on the road, and the potholes are just not getting any better. People are reporting them, they're dangerous, but today I'm going to cover off a lot of this and go through my thoughts on it. But I want to share my thoughts because I want this to get shared all over YouTube, all over the internet. I want it to get into local councils, I want to get it into the government. You know, let's talk about it heavily and let's get it sorted. So the local councils or road management companies, they have a risk matrix that they use to establish how quick they need to repair a pothole. And I'll put that up on the screen now, and you'll see there's some quite tight deadlines and SLAs on this sheet to get these repaired. However, the two roads that I'm about to show you today, one on the Essex-Suffolk border and another one in Suffolk, both major A roads which are used regularly, I've been monitoring now on the website that you can go into to report potholes and dangerous road situations, and this was 2.5 to 3 weeks ago, but it wouldn't allow me to report the road damage because there were so many reports already placed against this road. This is massively concerning because these roads now are even worse. One of them's nearly unpassable and nothing's happening still. And this is what I want this video to be about, so we can actually push this through the councils, through the government, and get it moving forward. I suppose what the government would say is, we haven't got any money. But let's not get into politics or around that situation, because let's be fair, if we weren't spending so much money on hotels and other things for other people, perhaps we would have the money to spend in the UK to make it safer for us to drive on the roads. So let's go back to these figures then. So if I said to you, damage costs are averaging to the general public for you to get your car repaired, whether it be a wheel, tyre, suspension, per year are touching the £1.5 billion mark every year, and this is increasing year on year on year. And the government are taking from us £1.8 billion for you to tax your vehicle to drive it on the roads. Now, one would question, they are increasing the economy because how much money we're spending with Quick Fit, with all the other garages, and you know, the dealers have our suspension repaired, our wheels changed and repaired, and new tyres. So you could argue that they're improving the economy, or we could argue they couldn't run a piss up in a brewery. I think the second one probably relates better. So I'm going to show you these two roads today, and I want you to have your opinions on these roads, and I'm sure people watching my videos are going to have just the same videos, just the same pictures, and just the same issues where they live. But it is becoming a serious issue. I'm also a motorcycle rider. I ride a motorcycle a lot in the summer. At the moment, I would not dare ride my motorcycle at night on any of these roads. I would be dead. There's going to be some major casualties and people are going to die from the state of these roads, and someone needs to take accountability for that. You wouldn't get an aircraft engineer half repairing an engine in an aircraft and then letting it fly 6 hours full of passengers. However, we're allowing the UK roads to get that bad that you can't drive on them safely without causing accident, damage, swerving into the traffic in front of you coming the other way. Anyway, I'm going to show you some of this today, and I hope this video helps promote the issues we've got on, pushes forward and gets spread everywhere. And I want to get
pothole reported ahead.
And that's a regular thing you hear continually in your car. Pothole ahead, whatever road you drive on. So here you go, this is a road in Suffolk exit border, an A road, a major A road that is used regularly. And as you'll see, these cars coming down here now are having to swerve these potholes. These potholes, look how deep they are. These potholes are absorbing my foot. Look at them, it's unbelievable. You can't come down this road, look, without hitting these potholes. It's unbelievable. And it's causing a massive risk to the drivers. Here we go again, look at the state of this part here, look. Unbelievable. And let's watch these cars now, coming up the road now, having to swerve around these potholes. Unbelievable. Look at the cars swerving all around them. Look, can't even drive through. Look, this road is an absolute disgrace and a risk to public, to your cars, damage to your cars, and this needs to be resolved. This is unbelievable. Look at it. So that was the A1092 on the Suffolk Essex border in Baythorn End. Now, if you watch me now going through this, you'll see this element here that I can't even drive through. You can't even, you wreck your car. It's bloody unbelievable. It's just ridiculous. We cannot allow this to carry on happening. We have to do something about this now. So quite amazing. So I had my car with its hazard flashes on the side of the road just to video the bit of road that I've just videoed, and the AA drove past and actually turned around and come back and asked me if I was okay, and I said, yeah, just videoing because we need to get this sorted. He said to me, I'm just on my 11th call out this morning for potholes and damaged cars. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's get this sorted, let's get it moving. The irritating part as well is around the car taxes, that due to inflation, government not being able to run anything properly, not knowing what they're doing, costs have gone through the roof. Car costs have gone up because component costs have gone up. So basically this means that the majority of cars are over £30,000 a year. There is a luxury car tax of £425 a year added to your car tax for the first 5 years for your convenience to pay the government, because you have to buy a car over £30,000. So what are they doing with that money? I know it's within the, you know, the 1.8 billion pounds that they're taking off us already for car tax. What the hell are they doing with our money? And what are we going to do about getting these roads repaired? Anyway, we're on to the second road now, which is the final road I want to show today. This is going to be the A1017 in Sturmer. This is in Suffolk Essex border again, really. This isn't as bad, but it's still bad. It's still causing damage. It's still causing us issues for our vehicles while we're driving through it. Anyway, update you once I get there. So this is the A1017 in Sturmer, Essex Suffolk border. Busy road, and as you'll see here again, look at the size of these, look. Look. This is the size of these potholes. This is absolutely outrageous. And you see the vehicles coming down here now are like dodging the potholes. Unbelievable. Look at the state of this. Look, that van there is dodging. They'll say that there's not enough people to get to the roadworks to repair them. I mentioned earlier on in my video about they're not even been to inspect the potholes. They need to inspect the potholes before the SLA even comes in to the risk analysis of when they need to repair these potholes. But these potholes here, again, I've been watching these online and unable to report them for over 2.5 to 3 weeks. And you see there, look, dodging the pothole again. But they're not even coming out to do it. And also as well, have you ever noticed when you're watching roads being repaired, there's like 20 guys stand around a small pothole like this to get it repaired? What are we doing? Who is controlling these people? And who is going to deal with this and make it better? Anyway, so in the UK, we've learnt a new way to drive. We don't actually have to drive in a straight line at all anymore. We just need to swerve all over the road, and this will be a lesson soon in the DVLA driving schools to enable you to avoid potholes and crash into cars head on. This is where we're heading, isn't it? Thanks again for tuning in and your support with this channel. This is only a small channel. I video on my own, I don't have a cameraman, but the aim of the channel is to have a laugh, show content, show you automotive videos, and just help people with content they might want to see. Please comment, like and subscribe to my videos to see what else is coming next. There'll be some trips this year in the Lotus Emira and on the BMW R1300 RS, and other elements I'll be also putting in. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.